measure your progress. The topic says you cannot measure what you cannot control. So the question is, what exactly can you control? Or what are the measurements? What are the standards that you use to determine if life is going well with you? These and some other questions are the things that I will be asking you. So, Abby, I see you. Tenny, I see you. Orlando, thank you. Orlante, thank you. Thank you for joining. Without wasting much of our time, um, I bought this book by Andy Andrews. I have like three or four of his books. And in one of those books, like a sequel to this, Andy Andrews was talking about the fact that it is possible that you think your life is moving forward, but as far as your understanding is concerned, which is limited, because if you judge your progress by your immediate environment, you might be doing a lot of disservice to yourself. That is as far as Andy Andrews is concerned. He's just trying to call your attention to the fact that don't judge your progress based on your immediate environment, because you don't know the whole world. You don't have all the facts. So it is better to bring those facts closer to you. Then you're not comparing yourself. You are basically, you just want more out of life. Wanting more out of life requires you to understand how people live from another part of the world, and you can see life from different perspectives, especially if you are from a third world country. That is his own objective. He said he has come to understand that there are a lot of smart, brilliant, and intelligent people who will probably not break through because they don't even know what it takes to live an average life. You understand what I mean? And it didn't say that lightly. He was just trying to point out that if you base your progress, you base your success only from your environment, you will not get much out of life, because what you see is what is probably going to control your life for the rest of everything. And where you sit determines what you see. There was a time in my life, the people that inspire me, they didn't even go to school because I was in a neighborhood that was not my choice as a child. But as we advanced, moving around, we didn't really move around. But the point I'm making is the moment my the people that are ahead of me, the moment I saw different people with the way they are living their lives, it became who is this? How can I own Parquest? I don't know, man. um, the point I'm making is the people that are in front of you, the people that the people that are in front of you, the people that are ahead of you, as a young person, they are very critical to your success. It is impossible to dream bigger than your environment if you don't see something bigger than your environment. Basically, that is the point I'm trying to make. So it means also that you must strive very hard to make sure that you see something that is bigger than your immediate environment. There is a life that is better than where you are right now. There is a job that is better than where you are right now. There is an income that is better than your current income. There are relationships that are richer than your current relationships, and they are not far fetched. But you have to first understand and know that they exist. One. Number two, what type of person do you have to be to attract that type of relationship? Maybe you just finished from school right now, and do you recommend investing in stocks? Honestly, I am not. I don't advise at that level. Do I have stocks? Yes, but do I don't know anything about. I buy stocks on advisement, so I would recommend that you get someone who would advise you basically on what you need to do, my friend, if you don't mind. Raindrop, thank you for joining me. I really appreciate that. Major Son, I see you. Thank you for joining. User 8370, thank you for joining. Back to what I was saying. There are people, as soon as they have a job, they have a car, they have a place to put their head, and that is more than enough. It is enough because it is more than enough because they it is more than enough because they decided that I don't think there is anybody that is bigger than them in their environment. Maybe they are the biggest, you know what I mean? And that is quite enough for them. And if you live in such environment, it is possible for you to actually not want more because that is okay. Nobody around you has actually done way more, you know? So it is very possible. All right, take care. I don't know your name yet, but I think I'll look you up later. You know, it's very possible for you to remember that if you don't project farther than you have right now, you may not get much out of life. So the question I'm asking is, how can you control what you cannot measure? What did you base your measurement on? How do you know you are making the right decision? What are your facts to let you know that you are at the level where other people in the world are? And this is not comparison. You really have to understand this. This is just based on the fact that if you cannot check from other area or from other angle, it is possible you think you've got the best out of life. It's like food, because people change their minds all the time. There was a time my best food is bread and Coke, bread and Coca-Cola. There is nothing you want to do. You will just know with time that some things are not healthy anymore. So how do you know that your life is improving? Basically, that's the question I'm asking. For you, is it just that when you make more money, you think your life is okay? For you, is it because you know you have more followers online and you think life is better? What do you judge your life on? How did you come to that conclusion that I think I'm okay? I have 3 square meal and I can support 1 or 2 people and I think I'm okay. I'm not doing badly at all. How do you measure your progress? Do you measure it based on your environment right now? You measure your progress based on your environment right now? Because if you are doing that, you are wrong. And I understand the days of little beginning. I've always said that. If you've been on this platform for a while, you will know that I'm a big fan of starting small. But we shouldn't forget that in making decisions, we don't have to think of the immediate need or our immediate environment. That is the point that I'm trying to make today. And I'm saying this because you need to quickly understand that there is so much out there. There is more to life and there is more to what you can do. So don't judge your progress based on your immediate environment. The best person or someone who is your mentor or someone who is close to you, or you are the best person doing well for yourself in life and everybody looks up to you. It's like the smartest person in a class. By the time you get promoted to another class and you see other smart people from another school, then you realize that, man, I'm not that smart as a matter of fact, after all. You know what I mean? And that is very, very important. Let me give you an example. My brother told me one time, maybe like 15 years ago, he got a job in the bank and they posted him to a part of Nigeria, Ekiti State. And they posted him to one of the rural environments. And he owns a car. The church he attended, the house he was living, the branch of the bank that they posted him to, he was the only person who has a car. Someone coming from Lagos, you know, like, and they made him a big deal. They made him a big shot. It looks like he's the wealthiest, he's the biggest among them, you know. But he did not forget, because where he was coming from, he's not even at the middle. Because we have the tendency to be complacent. You can relax when you know that I think I'm better than the people around me. I think I'm better than the people that are surrounding me right now. I really don't do much anymore. How can you be the only person driving a car in a church? How can you be the only person driving a car in your house, in where you live, in your neighborhood? You have the finest car, and the car was nothing. The car was not the best even at the time. But as much as it wasn't the best, it is the best for everybody looking. If he's judging his progress based on his environment at the time, it would have failed, because that was nothing compared to, because where he came out from, his vehicle, his income, his standard of life was just an average Lagosian's income. But when he got to another part of town, he became a big shot. So he needed to come to a realization that if I am not careful, I will be doing, what do they call them? I'll be doing local champion. And that's the point I'm making. So after studying this book for a while, Andy Andrews, that's Mastering the 7 Decisions that Determine Personal Success, you have to be able to ask the questions I'm asking right now. That how do you know that your life is improving? Is it when you have more money in your account? Is that when you know that your life is improving? Or what your friends assume about you? You know, sometimes we can be overrated. There are people that you think are doing very well. They know that they are not doing as well as you think they are. But since you are not talking, if you base your decision on that, and there is room for you to dream. So the recommendation is that you need to dream bigger than what your capacity can carry. That is how you invite God into this matter, because you have to dream bigger. There was a time in my life, all I wanted was Toyota Corolla. I'm telling you, my wife still reminded me recently, there was a time in my life, Toyota Corolla 2000. So there are 2 cars. There is a Toyota Corolla, and there was a Toyota, the popular Toyota Camry that they call, is it Envelope? No, it's not Envelope. The one after, Nigerians, we give names to everything. It's good to be in the midst of where everybody is doing well. Try to help people around you. Yes, I agree. No, it's not pencil, Egmont. Big Daddy. Oh God. I'm okay. Thank you. I'm sorry I'm screaming. It's almost skipped my mind. So pencil was Toyota Corolla, maybe like 2000 or 1999, 2000. Envelope is after pencil, and Big Daddy is after that envelope. For my non-Nigerian guests, the way you have Toyota Camry, you use years to say, Toyota Camry 2010, Toyota Highlander 2015. In Nigeria, we appellate, we give names to cars, and it goes round, So there was a Toyota Big Daddy. That car was so fine. I would do anything to have that car. Unfortunately for me, my neighbor now had the car. I had a neighbor downstairs. I live up, he lived just downstairs. All I wanted was Toyota Big Daddy. I just love the car so much. It's so spacious, it's roomy. And do you know what's funny? Every time I walk around, that is the only car that I will see in my brain. Nothing mattered more to me. I wasn't seeing any other car, just Toyota Big Daddy, because that was the only thing I was seeing regularly. My God, this thing is dangerous. So it is good and it is bad. If you live among mediocres, you live among people that have given up on life, you live as a young person. And when I say young, before 40, below 45, trust me, you may not demand much again from your life. And that is a very reckless thing to do. So I'm very positive about your choice of where you will live. I don't know, maybe because I have seen it in another way. There's a woman in my church, maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, she told me that she consciously decided to raise her children in the best part of Los Angeles. It cost her money, but that she wanted to change. You need a motivator in your life. That's true, Egmont. You understand? She said that she deliberately moved her family members, especially when her children are still in that informative age. She moved them to a location where they can see good things in life, where they can feed their eyes with things that are incredible, things that can open up their minds, seeing skyscrapers, schools where they can provide everything. It came at a cost, but that she decided you will remain in your comfort zone if you don't explore. Exactly. And I have myself too to be corrected in this subject. This woman said, she was advising me that, Ben, make sure you don't look at money. She was careful because you can't use all your income to go and live in a neighborhood that you are not. I understand what she was saying, but she made a choice, and that choice was that I will raise my children in areas where they can see possibilities. I will send them to schools where they can connect with people that matter. I will, and I can go on and on. I read an account of how Oji Uzo Kalu met Babangida from Tel magazine, maybe like 20 years ago. They met in the plane. There are people you cannot meet in the bus stops. There are people you will not meet at train stations. There are people you will not meet at garages. There are people that, Mrs. Oni, you're able to join. Thank you. There are people you will not meet at bus stops. You cannot meet them at train stations. There are people that you can only meet them in the online. I said online, on air. Ojuzo Kalu said he met Babangida when he was a lieutenant. He was sitting next to him in the airplane. In 2011, I was flying from Lagos to Port Harcourt, that the freeze was sitting beside me. I knew it looked familiar, but it was so clean, fresh, 2011. Look at him now. Now imagine that the freeze, it looked like an half caste, but was speaking Yoruba. The freeze is from my state. I kept on looking at him. Do you know what he said? He said, it's me. Yes, it's me that the freeze. I said, hey, I know that I know as at 2011. You can't meet that the freeze at God is Good. You cannot see him, and I'm just using him as an example. You cannot, hold on, people try to fly with first class instead of economy. Because everything is about connection, especially if you can afford it. This thing sometimes is an investment. I'm going somewhere. This is an investment, a choice of living in a good neighborhood. It will open your mind to possibilities. Someone said, you don't train a child how to be poor. It just needs to be born. You don't train a child how to talk poor. It just needs to be born, and it just needs to listen to you. Don't you know that we cannot afford this? Don't you know that we are poor? Don't you know that we cannot do this? Like, from what you say, from the way you are living, from the way you argue with money with your wife and all of that, everything just goes to the understanding of the child that you cannot dream above a particular threshold, because you have been told from when you were small that you don't train a child to be poor. Even if you don't have anything, think big. Yes, that is true. I'm reading a comment right now that even if you don't have anything, think big. Projecting poverty. Yes, that is when people talk poor. So, and when you now tell people that don't stop saying something like, I don't have money, I'm broke, they will say, oh, you are doing public speaking, or you are doing motivational speaking. It's not that. It is important for you to listen to what you say, especially when there is a young person around you. There are people, like I said, the power of your tongue. There is power in your tongue. It's true. So this woman told me that do your best to raise your child in neighborhoods where they can see possibilities. And I understand that. This was a conversation maybe like 3 years ago. But back to what I was saying, how do you measure your life? Is it because you have a lot of money in your account and you think you are doing very well? One of my mentors said, some people are so poor that all they have is money. Some people are so poor that all they have is money. The money that you and I are looking for. The money that you and I think that as soon as you have it, like your problem is over. Do you know that when he said some people are so poor, all they have is money, then he broke it down that on the list of what you call wealth, on the list of what you call success, that money is actually like second to the last. I'm like, what? I'm like, you mean money is the last, like second to the last on the list of things, what you can call money? I'm like, interesting. I'm like, this is very, very interesting. Yes, Apostle Salman also said that. The first time I heard this was like 10 or 15 years ago from Olakunle Shoniyan. No matter how much you are transfer your risk. to insurance. But don't try me. I understand what he's saying though. So, what are the other things that you need to measure your life with? That is why we are here today. What kind of friends do you have? There are people who have relationships that money cannot even buy. People that will open doors that you will never have been able to walk in through that door. You cannot even identify the door. You cannot even identify the door. That you don't grow up, you are brought up. That you are brought up. And I say this all the time, that the things you are struggling to get, there are people who are giving it out free. Think for a second right now, anywhere you are listening to me, there are things you can afford to give away now. 15 years ago, probably you will not have been able to. Is that correct? There are things you can give away that you can take care now that 10 years ago you will never have been able to. Now you are the one giving money to someone, that something you have prayed for, something you have hoped for before. But the goal is still the fact that don't limit your imagination or your success to what you have right now. So let's talk about your income. How much are you making now that you think is the best? Because there are other people that are depending on you. So the more you have, the better. And I understand the role of contentment and all of that. I know. And that is why the question is, how can you measure what you cannot control? You know exactly what you can adjust and how you can go about it, So how do you know that your life is improving? Is it how you feel, or what you posted online, or the type of friends that you have? What proof do you have that your life is going forward? What is your proof? Are you healthier than you were last year? Maybe you know your life is moving forward because you used to be on a particular medication and you couldn't do that anymore because you are healthier. Is that a good there's a word I'm looking for? Is that a good comparison? Like, is that a good milestone that you can compare from? My life improves if everybody is doing well. That is someone's milestone. That is someone comparative. Hold on. Okay. That is someone's comparative point. That I know I'm improving if the lives of people around me is also improving and they are doing well. Are you becoming more employable? For example, some people know that 5 years ago nobody will hire them. Maybe they don't have any kind of education, or their education is bad, or because they are not employable. But now you know that you are employable. The Lion, I see you. Thank you for joining. Olorun Shame, Olorun Alaremu, thank you for joining. Nailing targets, lifting people's burdens, achieving purpose. That is someone, I'm okay saying that the potter's daughter, she's saying that nailing targets, lifting people's burden, and achieving purpose makes her measure her life that I think I'm doing something tangible with my life. That's phenomenal. That's incredible. Another person will measure, maybe because I am more disciplined with money. Maybe you used to be Buje Budanu, like Nino Luru, Mrs. Suni, thank you for the roses. Buje Budani, like, yeah, any money we see, we finish it. But you have been able to stop. You have been able to put perspective to your income. Like, no, I can't continue like this. Maybe you are just more disciplined with money, or you are easier to correct now. You think you are easier to correct. Maybe before you are not teachable. Nobody can tell you anything. You stay strong, you stay like a stone, and nobody can tell you anything. Teaching people how to fish instead of giving them money. That's very good. Financial intelligence. True. Absolutely. And I thought about it, and that's a very good sign that your life is moving forward. What about purpose, which we have talked about before? Are you moving forward with purpose, or you are just merely getting older? What is life even about? I attended Financial Peace University when I got to the United States. The program lasted for like 6 months. They're just teaching you finance in the United States. That you can't use your brain to calculate your money here because there are a lot of things that will demand money from you and all of that. But you know what's funny? At the end of that program, Dave Ramsey said, the reason you go through all of this financial struggle and intelligence and you are able to make a meaning out of your life is so that you can have enough, but you can also extend what you have to other people. Like the whole summation of life is still that you have enough for yourself, settle your children, your family, and what you have is still enough to get some people out of poverty. That there is no other higher calling that is more than that. If you compare that to what is going on in your country or in my country, someone said recently that politicians are stealing money that they cannot finish in their lifetime. So what exactly are we doing? What exactly is the most important in this discussion? Because what we are debating is what truly matters in this life that we are living right now. Why are you stealing so much money that you will not even finish in a lifetime? But coming back to this, what is one area of your life you know you need to measure more honestly, more sincerely? What is that area of your life that you know you need to measure? Stop being stingy to yourself. Life is vanity. Enjoy it. I will start with myself, and I know Mrs. Odi will laugh. Adam, I see you. Adam, thank you for joining. I know you're a very busy person. The question I'm asking is that, oh, come on, you already. Hey, Adam, I thank you for joining again. Loving myself more. Oh my God. Potter's daughter, thank you. I see that. My question is, what is one area of your life you know you need to measure more honestly, that you know you need to step up? You need to increase. Even me, I know I've been so hard on myself at different levels. I'm telling you, I've been so hard on myself at different levels that like it's just too much. And I told myself that, look, and you know, this week I've been very instructive. I need to I need to come first. Okay. Look, discipline is key. Yes, finance and business. Okay. I know I need to cut myself. So I worked so hard. In fact, there was a time I worked 7 days for years. I'm telling you, no day off. I don't travel. I don't take breaks. I don't go on holidays. I don't even eat out. Because I just feel like this is the time to get things done. This is the time to and at the end of the day, thank God for good friends who keep reminding you about taking some time out to enjoy yourself and all. Because this time will pass and you will remember that you really didn't do much with the opportunity that you have. I'm really thinking about that, to be honest with you. Tonero said, sometimes I sleep. He's not lying. It was a remarkable. Adam, come on, you are too kind. Tonero said, sometimes I sleep and I get money for helping people. Sometimes I sleep and get money. Financial intelligence is key. Okay, I like that. That is very good. Look, I'm learning how to cut myself some slacks. I'm learning how to make sure that I don't kill myself with work. Trust me, I'm learning. Adam, thank you. Yes, so Workaholic Pro, Workaholic Pro Max. I'm learning how to work more smartly. If I have to improve my intelligence, if I have to get additional qualification to get a job that will cut me some slacks and all of that, because this thing is two-way. That I'm the one talking does not mean I don't know this is affecting me definitely. What area of your life do you need improvement? More honestly, I know I need to rest more. I know I need to visit more. Nice work. I know I need to I need to take care of myself, take care of my physical body, my mental state. I know I need to pay attention to some basic things in my life, and thank God for reminders from friends and people who care about you. How about you? What is one area of your life you know you need to measure more honestly? Is it your work? Joy, thank you. What area of your life do you sincerely need to measure? Because in Nigeria they will say problem no dey finish. For my international audience, exercise is key. Okay, Tony is saying that he thinks he needs to exercise more. Mrs. Oni said to sleep more. I like that. Walk and pray. um, I remember Potter's daughter said finance, like maybe you need to be more prudent and all. But I'm asking other people that you're online right now, what area of your life do you think you need more improvement? Is it in your health? Some people know they are not well. Some people know that they are not feeling completely 100%. And it's the older you grow, you just realize that some things just need to you just realize that you are not as strength as powerful as what you used to be. The reality of, oh, I read a book, I'll tell you about it later, I don't want to digress. Is it your health? You need to take care of your finance more, or your education, you need to get more education, or you need to I'm okay. Do you want to come up?
You already sent me an invite.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize that. Okay, what's up? Tell me.
Yeah, I'm good. So basically, the first thing I said was to love myself more. So loving myself more means me taking, putting myself first in everything now. Apart from the fact that we are striving to be spiritual being, we want to serve God, make God happy. The next thing right now for me is me. Because I know every other thing depends on me existing. So part of what I want to do for myself right now is to, in terms of, my physical body, ensure, I'm in shape. And also in terms of self-care, just make sure that I'm, total. So every other thing can actually fall in. So if I want to say I want to improve in my finances, I want to improve in business, if I'm not really doing well, so what else? Nothing would happen. So that means, I'm putting myself first now, in a scale of preference now. It is me now. Like, yes, I love order, I love people, I love, lifting people's burden. Let me also lift myself now. So when I lift myself and I'm able to put everything in shape, then I can now begin to, I will even strive better in those areas. Know how to, I said something about financial intelligence.
Yes.
Many times you're always looking for how to, sort people out. You are doing this, we must take care of this, must take care of this. At the end of the day, you are like, you are not really good financially because you are trying to sort almost everybody. I'm not saying I'm a rich person, I'm not far from it, but God is helping me.
I feel you.
So right now, it is me first. After God, me and others.
After God, me and others.
Yeah.
You sound like someone who have carried so much weight before.
Not really.
No, seriously, I'm feeling you from my heart right now. You sound like someone who have been so responsible for a lot of people. And I know what you mean when you say not really, like don't go and think.
Sometimes it's not that you're really directly responsible. It is your heart that is looking for responsibility. I don't know if you understand that.
Absolutely.
Not that people are asking for it. You just think these things must be done. And you are looking, you have a heart that wants to do, When you have a heart that wants to do, even if responsibilities are not looking for you, look for them. Just to make other people happy in a way, So that's me. But right now, I'm beginning to, open up my inner self, able to know that, yes, I don't know, please permit me to say this in Yoruba.
Please, go ahead.
And call it there, right?
100%.
In a way. Yeah, so you have to like, even you need to give other people room to even develop and mature. So if you think you can solve this, solve this one, get this done, we are not really helping others. Honestly, giving others also opportunity to strive in a way. Strive in a way. So that's why I said that is why that word responsibility, came out of me. I'm not really carrying too much.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. And I'm glad you are online right now. Permit me to quickly say something. Apart from the fact that a friend of mine online, Mrs. Oni, is agreeing with you back to back, spot on. Like, I agree with you 100%. And Tony said, Tony said, you are not El Shaddai, able to do all things, or else you shall die. Dr. Sam Adeyemi said that in one video and just cracked me up. Let me tell you something that happened to me. Do you mind me calling you that? Do you know that? Okay, my I have a brother that lives in Canada, and he called me one day and he told me that people complained to him that I don't answer people's calls. Number one, I made a choice that if I don't have your number saved on my phone, I will not answer the phone for different reasons, justifiably so. But this is the kicker. When he told me that, and I told him why, because you said something about the burden that you carry for people in your heart is even heavier than, I don't know how to say this. Let me put it, yes, I do. Yes. Oh, thank you, additional. So you know the Ramsey too. Definitely, absolutely. At least once in 3 months I will call him on the phone and consult with him. So back to what I was saying. My brother now told me that, hey Giovanna, que pasó? Giovanna, my brother said that, why don't you answer people's calls? And he knows me. He knows that, and I told him that, look, that burden, I'm tired. I cannot listen to people's problem and not want to do something about it. So I would rather not listen. Talking about burden. And he jokingly said, and I know this will crack you up. My brother is just an incredible person. He's going to be online soon if he's not busy. My brother said that, oh, that's why you don't answer people's calls. I said, I'm tired. I can't continue like this. So I would rather not listen. Yorùbá sọ pé tí etí ò bá gbọ́ kinní kan inú ò kì í bàjẹ́. As long as inú ò kì í bàjẹ́, thank you. As long as I did not hear the problem, then I think I will be fine. Oh, my brother said that is very simple. I'm not asking him that. So how do you do it? Because it takes everybody's calls. It will even participate in the conversation page. So how are you now doing? You mean you have not been able to do this? Wow. And then he said, Ben, I have the grace to listen to your problem and not do anything about it. And I'm like, maybe I need that grace. But at the moment, I lack that grace very seriously. I cannot, and I would rather not listen so that I save myself that pressure, that feeling, because problem is always, especially in the part of the world where we come from. My husband is saying that now you understand what he told you. Oh, okay. I understand. I was a Daystar member for so many years. The Ramsey was one of the financial leaders I follow. Yes, incredible man. Me too. I've been following him since 2018. And for Daystar, forever. As a matter of fact, I fly from Port Harcourt when I was in Nigeria for every of the Christmas carols. I'm in Daystar Samadhi user group on Facebook. Incredible, like, thank God for life. Thank God for where we are right now. Replying to additional, just to let you know the extent of how far we go. So I wanted to ask you, Amokwe, if you don't mind, that having that burden, have you been able to solve that problem till now? Or has it reduced? Like, have you been able to, how much time have you given to knowing? How did you confirm and find rest in knowing that you cannot solve everybody's problem? Because I still struggle with that once in a while. Because what you have cannot even be enough for you and your household yet. Because we are not super rich. I don't know the part of the world where you are. Maybe you're in Nigeria, Canada, Australia. But for some of us who are in this part of the world, people just automatically think you are completely okay. And that's not true most of the time. But my question goes back to, how are you able to find rest in your heart that, look, I can't kill myself. I'll do what I can. And you see people suffering around you. You see poverty physically. You know people need help. What have you been able to do to that?
So for me, in 2023, I had this time out where I had to, pray to God to let me know why I am here. And to really know why I'm living, and to know that my purpose here, basically.
Right.
So every other thing that I'll be doing, I won't leave that part of me behind. So I was privileged, to know why I'm here. So that is settled. So I put that as an entity just right before me. So every other thing now, like work in parallel with that purpose.
Okay.
So now me sorting out, relieving myself of some burdens, I had to be honest with myself. So I called for a meeting.
You did?
Yeah, I called for a meeting. I'm serious. I called for a meeting. And I said, you know me. You all know what I can do and what I will not do. At this point in time in my life, I won't be able to reach out as before. And this is why, I have to explain to everybody, I'm going back to school. I will pay school fees. I'm in Canada. I have to sort school bills too. And I will not be working because of the type of course I want to enroll in. Please, I need everybody to understand the situation right now. Please permit me to step back a little. I'm not totally I won't go back, not reaching out. It won't be as before. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Thank God, I appreciate God for the kind of family I come from. We don't ask me things.
Wow.
I told you.
Yes.
Sometimes people don't bring responsibility, are the one looking for it.
Yes.
So because they are not the kind of people that will be calling and say, bring this one, we need this one. Because I'm the one reaching out, they all agreed and said, understand. And that kind of gave me some relief. I'm not totally relieved, within a week, but I'm I know they know what is happening. So now, when it comes to purpose, I know that one is non-negotiable.
Okay.
That I must be able to do.
Right.
So being able to now balance it, I'm taking care of my purpose in a little way. Not that I'm doing serious things, just a little of my purpose almost all the time.
Right.
I've been able to cut down some expenses. My academics is going well. Family, the Lord is kind of helping me to balance things. That kind of, gives me kind of peace in a way. I'm not there yet at all, but to some extent, I have this peace that I cannot explain.
Okay.
Chief, that would answer your question.
Okay. Taking it from where you stopped, when you told them, all of them responded based on what,
honestly, they said, I understand.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. I don't have personal family problem. I don't have anybody in my family who wants to kill me. You understand? But you know that we know more people outside family members and all of that. But this is what I wanted to ask you again. Not asking, just to tell you my experience. I won't be very specific. Have you had an encounter where you have helped someone or an organization, or just carry a bill or do something for a while, and they are so used to it that even when you call that meeting you talked about, because I did something like that before COVID struck, I needed to reduce level of work. I was still in school then, and also I needed to COVID affected some people's income, you understand? So I decided that I was going to adjust few of my, economics and all. And this individual just, and I'm not making this up, some of my friends know this story. In fact, the person preached about it in church. There are some people, when God wants to help them, before God help them, they will be so loyal, they will do everything you ask them. But the moment God help them like this, people want to emotionally blackmail you. Did you ever, or have you ever experienced that in your walks of life so far?
In two occasions. One, don't let me go into details. Okay, the first person said, after, a lot of explanation, please understand, please help me, please manage this. At some point, the person did something so funny.
Mm.
For the first time in my life, I told the person, I said, I will block you. I will block you. I will block you for 5 years. And, the person kept quiet and dropped the call. And I actually blocked the person at that point. But after some days, I unblocked and he was able to reach me, and we talked over it, and he apologized. I also apologized. But the other person, I had to, be true to myself. I told the person, I said, sir, we only share by sir. Sir. Because I remember that this particular person had reached out because he needed, support for a particular thing that is very, very vital. So, but the other time that he came back and said that same issue again, I said, not this time, sir. Sir. Yeah. And the person did not reach out to me anymore, and that's fine.
Ojibino. Yeah. But at least you have the gut, you have the audacity to say it. Some of us have.
My life. I don't know how to say no when it comes to being kind. Even if I want to say no, my mind will be like, what if they don't have any other person? What if we are the only one God has positioned in their life?
Positioned. I'm okay, give me a second. Let me just read some of the comments. Tayo is replying to Adeola to Adeoni that not always so. Then Adeoni said, if they refuse to adjust, then that is not on you, because why are you responsible for them in the first place? Why are you responsible for them in the first place? Because you have been able to explain, and any normal or right thinking person should be able to understand that definitely it's not like this before. But before then, she said, thank God they understood that the people you had that formal meeting with, and that still cracks me up inside. Like you call a Commonwealth meeting that as from now on, I will be going back to school, and I am putting it on myself to explain to you that the extension of kindness that I give regularly or by weekly, monthly, whatever, at the moment, I will not be able to accommodate more. You will have to understand with me, because for the next period of time, I will not be able to extend that hand of help. And everybody, that is incredible. So Adioni said, thank God they understood. But even if they don't, that is not. They don't trust. Okay, even if they don't trust me, time will help them adjust. Additional said, none of us is there yet. We are daily, we are daily work in progress. Please, while I still have you online, okay, let me read one more comment. Um, okay, Tayo is replying to additional. You bad girl, because additional earlier said he doesn't have that kind of problem. Additional said he does not have that type of problem. He is not one to be bamboozled. Your cry does not short circuit the process, or it does not bring it forward. That emotion doesn't work with him, because and people don't become that all of a sudden. Something happened. Something must have happened.
I don't know if you can allow me to bring this in.
Why not?
So in the book of Genesis, I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm.
Please don't be. You are okay.
So at some point, the siblings of Joseph, they did something terrible to him. But at the end of the day, we know the story.
Yes.
That Joseph ended up in the palace, and he was in charge of the food. They came to buy. Literally, we will say, this is a time for Joseph to pay them back, right?
Yes.
For what they did. That might not really picture what we're saying, but in this, I would just want to, make this additional understand that sometimes it's not easy for someone who had been called, to really close their eyes. I'm not saying you are not called, sir. I'm just saying sometimes it's the heart. Some hearts are wired in a way that, just like Temitayo said, it says sometimes when you have people that you guys have struggled together, it becomes harder.
Yes.
The experience, what you people went through will not allow you to say no, because you know where you're coming from.
Yes.
Some people are, they came from very good family where they have affluence. Money is not their problem,
They have providence.
Good.
Yeah.
But some of us are raised
with wooden spoon, not golden spoon.
Some of us, we don't even ask spoon.
Mm-hmm.
We just manage their hand to feed us.
Right.
I'm not relegating my parents have
Absolutely.
Spirit. Or in a way, we can't close our eyes to ask people. Joseph, at the end of the day, was looking at them. At some point, he went inside. He wept. He wept because, I guess at that point, he wanted to be like, what these people did to me, or at this point, I should just pay them back. But because of the heart, he said, who knows? Maybe that's what they did to me was for, a time as this. And he forgave them. He gave them enough food. They did not even pay money. He returned their money back to them. So it's the heart, honestly. Nobody is I don't want to use that word. Nobody is maybe I should please nobody is
say it.
Speak in English.
Say it.
Let me say it in Yoruba.
Okay.
Kò sí ẹni tó gọ̀. Kò sí ẹni tó gọ̀. I don't want to use the word I want to use in English is big, so I want to use it in Yoruba. So kò sí ẹni tó gọ̀. People can choose to say, I will close my eyes. But in the real sense of it, there's something we call Ukwibi in Yoruba that will not allow you to do some things. That's my own take, right? Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. This means a lot to me. Trust me. Coming online and giving me the chance to talk, and you even answer some of my questions, it's incredible, and I really appreciate that. You feel free to stay, honestly, because we're rounding up very soon. You said something about Okwibi. There are people that Okwibi does not. Additional sounds like someone who Okwibi, who my brother is one person too that he understands Okwibi, but I think some people have been able to now superstitiously Oh, they will say those people that studied accounting, those people that studied economics, there is a way Okunbi does not. Among me and my friends here in California, we say my background does not allow me to do some things. We just jokingly talk about it. But basically, you said when you know people who you have struggled with, or you know their story, you know it wasn't like this before. And when they come up, and because they really, I have a friend when I was in Port Harcourt City, his income as at 2012, maybe it was like 1.6 million naira a month. 1 month minus bonuses, travel allowances, and stuff like that. When we are out there in the field, when my own hotel accommodation for a period of time in the field, maybe it's like 15,000 per night, his hotel accommodation should be maybe like 45,000 naira. So you know he's not stranded. Someone like that reaches out to you after 15 years because times have changed and things happen. He was a good man. You could, if that could have been you. And to what extent are you going to extend this hand of help? And I know you've answered all these questions in the past. Let me go through the comment section to see what you can respond to before we go. Let me backtrace a little bit. Okay, so Tayo was replying to Adioni that there are people that no matter what, it will be difficult to say no to. It's not so easy. Okay, then she replied that absolutely, but that means you have it. Of course. Kositata loju yanyan. If you don't have it, how do you respond? You are saying no, like Kunle Shoriyan, Dr. Kunle Shoriyan, in one of his videos said that our natural default, like everybody just wants to say yes. He said it takes skills to say no. Like you have to learn how to say no, else people will finish you. And in that message, when he was talking about it, that our natural inclination, like everybody's propelled to want to say yes. And if you think about it truly, I have said yes so many times that I'm not comfortable. And I think it's just in human nature. So he was saying, in fact, there are skills and grace that will be multiplied into your future, being able to say no. And he had so many theories that he discussed around that. That's in supporting
So
what.
Mr. Additional is kind of, I think he wants you to bring it up.
Oh, really? Let me see. I don't even know how. I'm trying. Okay. Wait. Invite. I've been sending invitation. I just don't know. Someone wants to come up. How do I do that? God, I'm up. Wait, how did you come up? Because I'm.
I just saw that. I thought you said that. You said that.
Yeah, I've been sending invite. I've been sending, like, it's saying even to additional right now. It's saying invited. Let me do it.
You definitely join now then.
Additional, can you see it? Can I please clarify a few points?
Okay, he sent a request, so you need to accept him.
I'm looking. Request sent, sir. Oh my God. Killing Additional. Emmanuel, what do I do? Emmanuel is my IT guy, and he's online. Invitation. Gosh. Accept. I can't see this. I can't see it on my screen. That's the thing. Additional. Let me bring you in again. Let me see if I can. Gosh, Mr. Additional. Oh my God. Yes, I want you to clarify this point.
Maybe calm down. Maybe that will give you, I don't know. I can drop so it can come up. So,
okay.
Tayo is here.
Oh my God. Additional, go ask Emmanuel. Couldn't this. So how did you do it? Let me send it again. I really want to hear him out. People don't additional. my God. Mr. Adeshino, I'm so sorry. I'm really trying very hard to couldn't add request. I thought people can do multiple, like you can be online, multiple guests can be online.
Yes.
Okay.
Or maybe you can ask him to resend them.
Sorry, can you, Mr. Adeshino, can you resend invitation or whatever you, because I'm on your page right now. Additional. Okay, I think I got it. Ah, finally, thank God.
There we go. Cracked it. You cracked it. I know, right?
Yes.
So the thing with the social media is it can be very confusing.
It is, brother. It is. Trust me.
How are you doing?
I'm very well. Thank you. Thank you so much.
So good to have refreshing view ideas on social media. I'm telling you. I'm okay. How you doing? Everybody, greetings.
I'm good.
I don't want to take too much of your time.
Please.
So let me give you a bit of my background.
Okay.
I don't like doing this on social media because on social media people will come up and say, it happened to me. I have a personal example. That talking point kind of throws me off, but just to respond to some of the points I'm being made, and these are very valid points. I grew up amongst my siblings. I'm the firstborn of my siblings. I have 7. My dad died when I was 9 years old. I've been fending, so it was myself and me that raised my siblings. And I'm saying this just to give you a picture of I am a distinct person. I am someone that has been dear at an early age. When I was even a teenager, I've been providing for my family. When we have holidays back in the days and guys will go on holiday, I go work. I go work, conductor, bricklayer, sell stuff.
Wow.
Conductor, bricklayer, sell stuff, just to provide for my siblings. So that will give a sense of how early I've started bringing income, supporting my family, and how closely knitted
the family is.
But guess what? I got to a point in my life where I understood that I am not El Shaddai. I cannot be all things to all people. And it is not about them understanding. Whether they understand or not, it is on them. It is on them. I do not have control over how the other person will feel. I only have control over myself and my life and the choices I make in life. I listen to Pastor Matthew Shimoro sometimes when we were talking about the courage of a Christian. And people will say, it is God, the church, and then your family. And Pastor Matthew Shimoro said, no, it is first of all God. That is your anchor. That is your anchor. Then it is your family. Because guess what? God is going to ask you about your family.
Yes, sir.
Before the church, a lot of us, the mistake we make is we place church over and above family. That's why the wife will listen to the pastor
and not listen to the husband.
Not listen to the husband.
Absolutely.
And vice versa. Right? So I had that understanding when I was a very young man. This is something. So as time goes on, I also understood that I am responsible for my life and for my family. And the only way I can demonstrate that successful and effective is to place them as priority. Every other thing is secondary. And then what did it for me is when Pastor Sam said, you are not El Shaddai. You cannot do all things. In fact, the fact that you want to be El Shaddai in people's life is a definition of witchcraft.
Yes.
Because you are not God. So what is the balance? The balance is knowing what you can do and what you cannot do. Setting certain boundaries. And those boundaries are not for people. They are for yourself.
Come on.
They are for yourself, they are not for people. Again, I repeat it, you cannot control other people's feelings or emotions or the choices they will make. People have heard loud and clear, word of wisdom, word of guidance, insight, revelation, and yet it is contrary. It is contrary. Didn't God tell Adam and Eve what to do and what not to do? What other instruction, what other insight is much more than that? And yet, did they go against it or not? Did they violate it?
Yes, they did.
That is God. How much more me? Right? So I have that clarity. And every day, I continue to have that clarity. Do I support people? No, absolutely yes. Was there a time in my life when people come with a problem and I'm burdened to the point that I will not be able to sleep, especially my siblings? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Has there been a time in my life where I've gone over and above to solve issues, to provide? Yes, I'm still doing it. But what has the change now for me is now, however the problem is, right? After I've had it, whatever I can do, I will do it. Whatever I cannot do, I will do it. And I will go to sleep. My peace is important. If I run mad, what would this is? Should I go to work? Will it touch you away? Let me give you a short story as I wrap up. Sometime was it in 2003 or 2002, about my grand aunt died, and therefore make it. And the burial was massive. The burial was massive. As in, I and the elders were part, and our siblings were part of the planning committee. So I know how much went down. I have an idea. People came from far and wide to attend that burial. It was the talk of the town for like months. The people that I was in charge of, putting them in hotels, we booked all the hotels in the town, outside the town for people. They didn't pay any money. They didn't pay. They just come with your good food and everything.
And slept for free again.
Slept for free. Did you know that after the burial, some people were saying, they didn't attend to them very well. Let me tell you the definition of the attend to them very well. They said,
Imagine.
These are people we fed from Thursday to Friday through to Monday.
Oh my God.
So that thing shocked. And I was in charge of those guests, those guests for my cousin, who was the first one of the great aunt. That thing touched me like, what? Of all things we did, right? All the sacrifice we made. This is what you guys will respond to. And it's not all of them, just a few of them that said that. So I will not see when I came to watch, people have accused me at some point, say, people are taking me for granted. I'm like, it's fine. Let them take me for granted. It is because God has granted me. That's why people can't take me for granted. I'd rather be the one provided than the one seeking or begging.
Come on.
Yeah. But at the same time, I have a balance. There are things I will not do. There are things my siblings will not call me for. Just a few days ago, one of my sisters called me and said, do you know that this person is in this situation? I said, well, I have not heard. And I'm not going to say you told me, because I want this person to be in this thing. Yes, it's my sister, but hey, sometimes people have to learn certain things. I'm not going to be the one to block them from what God wants to take them through. God should take them. God took me through some things, and God is still taking me through. But then, to conclude, are there people in your life that you cannot say no to? I don't think there are people you cannot say no to, but there are people that you will indulge more than others. Right? And I'm not talking about immediate family. I'm not talking about my wife and my kids. Yeah. Those ones, they are my responsibility.
Yeah, duties.
Whether I like it or not.
Yeah,
choice, I will do it.
Yes.
Over and over and over again. I will already be begging that you understand what I'm trying to do. Right? But outside that, are there people that will come and say, I need this? And you know that you are taking me for granted, but our relationship has gone beyond whatever this thing is. At the end of the day, I have an understanding that when the Bible says, oh, It's so true. Money is nothing. It's not as if you have plenty of it or anything, but at the same time, you also have to know how to, relate with people with certain clarity and understanding. So that's what I just wanted to clarify. Thank you so much.
Oh my God, Mr. Shino, Mr. Adeshino, thank you so much. You've done more than enough, as a matter of fact, and I'm glad that you were able to come up. I can't top what you said, honestly, because I can identify with what you said, because it's almost like an experience that I personally have. It took me a while. I will have to be honest with you. I would even say I have not gotten to that stage where you are actually. You are able to brilliantly clarify also that what you give to your family, your wife, your children, your duties, there is no negotiation. Yeah, we can talk about it that, look, this is what I can afford right now. Like, they are your duties. But you see, these other people, there is a level of explanation that comes with what you said. I can't top it, basically. And that's why it's good you talked about this, because when I read your first comment, in my mind, I'm like, they have done numbers on this brother. Because you will see level of disappointment from different angles. People you are dying to. I had a friend, he's in Australia right now. We used to live in California together. The people he was sending money to and he was helping. When he went to Nigeria recently, he hasn't been in Nigeria for like 8 years. When he went to Nigeria, he said they're all living in their houses and they're all like, the image they portrayed. Things are tough. Life is hard. But it wasn't as bad as he actually thought it was. And this is a guy taking money out, just doing what was necessary. I have helped someone before that I found out eventually that it wasn't as bad as actually he thought. Or people you are unable to help anymore and they took it against you. There was a preacher during COVID that I used to support his ministry and all of that. And I'm sorry I'm saying this, but the day I stopped, justifiably so, because of what I had to do. And Amokpe once went back to school and called for a meeting and said, look, for now, I will not be able to help. And everybody understood. Even though I thought it was a level of foolishness at that time on my side, because I was deeply involved in that, and no regret. But when no is no, nobody should come and give you another title and start calling you names, and people are reaching out, what happened to in a relationship with you? And I didn't care. I didn't care anymore at that point. But sincerely, I believe people like Tayo, Adi, Oni, all the people online, Tony, that were conversing, they totally understand the perspective you're coming from. People must talk. People must say it. There is no amount of... if you like, cut your head and put on the table for them, it is still never enough. They still want that thing that is just holding you tight and all. Thank God for knowledge. Thank God for wisdom and the kind of information we have exposed ourselves to that would help us make decisions that will not hurt us. Because when push comes to shove, when eventually we need... How many people can help you right now? They will tell you to call on God. Most people who are helping right now, if they need help, except God comes to their rescue, I don't know who can help them. I don't know if anybody... You can rally around, you can call your friends to show up for someone. When you need help, except God comes through for you. And that is when you will know how frail this life and relationships that we have with these external people we are talking about. Perspective, very well understood. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Something that they said about the meeting thing. And interestingly, I also had a similar meeting with my own siblings and immediate family, right, when I relocated to the US. And I went back home and told them, you guys have to give me some time, right? But I was telling them, not because one of the things I sensed from Amake's response was, well, as if we're asking permission from them. No. It is, see, and I understand the fact that we come from a very intensely communal society.
Yeah.
We own ourselves.
Yes.
But that communal society that we've left, when we ourselves, we hardly take ourselves for granted. But right now, people do it really. They take it for granted really. You know? So for me, it's not about giving you permission, it's me telling you this is what I can do, so I cannot do. Whether you like it or not, like I said, it's on you. It's because giving you asking like a child to understand. For me, I think it's just, I don't know, different people, different truth for different folks. I'm not going to ask you to understand, because also I have a place of operation where it is that I've always been doing. I've always been there when I needed to be there, right? But if I'm not there for a long time and you took that as an issue with me, it just further goes to show the kind of person you are. Yes. And for some of these persons, we know I'm already is an ingrate. Now, I don't have issues between you and ingrate, but I will not do things for you because I want you to come and appreciate me or something. Like I said before, people can take me for granted because God has granted me. And it's not my power, it's just God's grace and favor over our lives. Yeah. I'm not doing it so that people will know or you come and appreciate me for it. No, I'm doing it because I find in my good heart that, I can help here. Because, see, men rise on the shoulders of men.
Come on.
That's what we do.
Yes.
People help. No man is an island. No man can say, there's no self-made man anywhere.
Yes.
There is no self-made man anywhere. You've rode on the shoulder of some people have come to your corner, people have, shared you on, people have supported you.
Yes.
That, So, but what I'm trying to say is, see, in defining that boundary for yourself, in making that decision and making that choice, you do not owe anybody any explanation. Except if you are the person that you've not been doing. And even if you have not been doing, at the end of the day, it is still your resources. Happy?
You don't care now?
Oh my God. You don't care, of course. But that entitlement mindset is found amongst people, and it's not just our people; it's human beings.
Yes,
that's how human beings are. Because I've mixed with other races, and I know that they also have the similar challenges that we have. But hey, we'll continue to learn, we'll continue to develop, we'll continue to clarify our perspective, and then God will help us.
Amen. Amen. Well, I want to thank everybody for this time. I'm not out of words. I'm sure the people that are online too, like Amokwe, Mr. Additional, I know you are not out of words, but just because we still have to keep this to time. And but this is very refreshing for me, very relieving, knowing that there are people of like minds out there, people who talk from experience, people who have come to a point in their lives and they know that Mr. Additional said, I'm putting these rules for my sake. It's not about you, especially if I've helped before, even if I have not. If it hasn't got into your side, as much as I'm enabled, the more I'm enabled, the more I'm able to, streamline, and I will know what to adjust. I will do it, but learning how to say no so that you don't. Dr. Sam said that some people are not thoroughly done, finished yet. They are not in that place where they can actually help substantially. They are eating their seed because people will not allow that seed to germinate or grow. And that's where majority of us are, except people who have tuned out like Mr. Additional. Look, this is not about you. I'm making these rules for me. When I'm well enough, then I can come back to do what I think I can do at my discretion, basically. But this is just incredible. And I'm grateful that we had the opportunity to get to this point. I know we've shot 20 minutes over, but for those that still stayed, this is very important to me. And I'm trying to say thank you, really. For those that came online, for those that are leaving the message, comments, for every like, every share, every comment and discussions, arguments, and all these things help algorithm, to be honest with you. It's very funny. One day I did a video recently and I had over 30,000 views. In my history of TikTok, I've never had, the closest I had was like 20,000 in like a week. But in like 3 hours, it jumped over to, and I had to start asking questions about algorithm and all. And they said, the more you comment, that every like, comment, argument, positive or negative, is a vote. meaning that people are consuming this conversation and they throw it out there more to people and all. In a way, this conversation has helped me personally, my brand, even my platform, but most importantly, the people who also heard you. And that's the part that I'm really grateful about. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. From any part of the world you joined from, Nigeria, Canada, East Coast, anywhere. So thank you so much. And I hope we do this again next week. I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, maybe in the middle of the night in Australia and all of that. Thank you so much. Mr. Adeshino, thank you again for your time. Thank you. Amokwe, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity, sir.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Have a wonderful weekend too. Bye. Facebook, Joy, I see you. Stan, thank you so much. Thank you for joining. Mrs. Sunita, Emmanuel, Mr. Tony, thank you so much, everybody. I can't call names because, we have to go now, but thank you again. I really appreciate it. I'll see you around. I need to go and learn this. Come on. I need to go and learn how to bring people up online quickly. Emmanuel, please call me. Let's talk. From Tinubu Familia. Emmanuel, please call me so that we can discuss this thing.